is going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining me right here on Outside the Brand. This is your AEW Dynamite post show for November 30th, 2022. I'm your host, Phil, and of course, this is Outside the Brand. Thank you so much for joining us right here on your Wednesday nights, wherever you may be. Guys, we just had another solid episode of AEW Dynamite tonight. AEW Dynamite, I feel, is finally back in full force. We are finally getting back to the swing of things when it comes to, just great television on all fronts. When it comes to the wrestling, when it comes to the promo side of things, when it comes to basically the layout of the show, the flow of the show, everything when it comes to AEW Dynamite so far, especially, after Full Gear has wrapped around and just is in the is in the rearview mirror, so to speak. It's just been feeling great. It's been feeling great finally getting the chance to watch AEW Dynamite again. And it's just a great time. It's a great time being a pro wrestling fan, and it's a great time showing how much you love being a pro wrestling fan by watching something like an AEW Dynamite where the 2 hours just fly by. They just fly by. And when they fly by the way that they do now, when it comes to the AEW Dynamite product that Tony Khan has been giving us over the last couple of weeks, it shows that he really does have a mindset heading into the next show. I really do think that MJF being the AEW World Champion does have you know, it definitely has its perks. That's for damn sure, and especially with what we had tonight when it comes to MJF. MJF is absolutely incredible, and if anybody thinks otherwise, you guys are just freaking idiots. Because the fact of the matter is, MJF as the AEW World Champion is going to be doing something for the company that, honestly, besides Jon Moxley, the fact of the matter is, anybody else that has held the AEW World Championship before really has not had, and that is either, well, not legit charisma, because obviously Kenny has legit charisma as well, but MJF just brings something a lot more different to the table than any other AEW World Champion does, right? And we've had great people as AEW World Champion before. I mean, obviously Jon Moxley, Kenny Omega, Hangman Adam Page, and there's just so many others, right? But the fact of the matter is, MJF is just that special to where you are going to be dropping everything that you are doing and just paying attention to MJF for the 10, 15 minutes or 20 even, or maybe even 20 minutes that he's out there. MJF is that guy that is going to continue to make this company worthwhile and worth watching. Everything that MJF did tonight was absolutely incredible. The fact of the matter is, MJF as AEW World Champion is going to mean a lot to this company. And what he said in his promo tonight was very true. He's going to have a championship reign unlike any other. And basically, at the end of it all, he's going to be using the AEW World Championship as a bargaining chip in the bidding war of 2024. Whether he stays in AEW, whether he goes to WWE, whether he goes to just some random bumblefuck nowhere company, they're going to earn MJF. And the money that he is going to be making is going to be worth it. People are going to be wanting to pay MJF for his services, mainly because of the fact that he is just that damn good. He's that damn good in the ring. He is that damn good on the microphone. And the fact of the matter is, you want MJF on your television show, no matter what it is. So, I said it once and I said it again. That first promo of him being the AEW World Champion was going to be nothing short but phenomenal. And it definitely was. MJF is going to be that person for AEW Dynamite and for AEW as a whole within the company. You're going to drop everything and listen to what this man has to say. The new championship that he has around his shoulder right now, that Burberry strap AEW World Championship, that championship is going to be around his shoulder for a very, very long time. We're going to be getting a Roman Reigns type of run with this AEW World Championship around MJF's shoulder. And I'm in for it. I'm here for it. Mainly because of the fact that anybody that is going to be going up against MJF in this World Championship reign is going to be looking better for it, and it's going to be making MJF look like a freaking superstar. Bryan Danielson, Eddie Kingston, Ricky Starks. Those are the top 3 names that he mentioned in that promo tonight, and those are going to be your first 3 feuds for the AEW World Championship when it comes to MJF. Jon Moxley will get his time. Wardlow could possibly get his time, but Wardlow when he is ready to. Okay, we are not trying to fast track Wardlow to a world championship. Those 3 names are what we should be focusing on right now. Ricky Starks, Eddie Kingston, Bryan Danielson. Those are the top 3 names that we should be worrying about right now. Ricky Starks has his first shot at Winter is Coming. I believe that's in 2 weeks. The 14th. So yeah, in 2 weeks. At Winter is Coming, Ricky Starks has his first shot at the AEW World Championship. Next week on Dynamite, we have the Dynamite Diamond Ring Battle Royal to determine who faces MJF for the ring. And if they win, apparently they get like another shot at MJF. Or actually, no, maybe TJ can actually help me here. When it comes to the Dynamite Diamond Ring Battle Royal that's happening next week, when let's say they win against MJF, I don't think they would, but like let's say if they won the Diamond Ring, then they say that they would like earn like another shot at MJF for the World Championship or get to choose when they go up against him again for a world title shot.
Yeah, that's how they worded it, but I think what they meant to say was whoever wins the battle royal gets to choose when to face him for the ring. But the way Excalibur
Oh,
worded it made it seem like, yeah, and if you beat him for the ring, you can then choose to when to face him for the world title.
because they did say something was changing about the ring tonight, but like they just didn't really probably word it correctly or what have you.
Yeah.
I this Dynamite felt great tonight. I really do think that. I thought the flow was really good. I thought basically what we had on almost all fronts when it comes to promos and especially the in-ring work was incredible. Obviously, you get great matches out of AEW. That's not something that we always, just shy on about, mainly because of the fact that when you're watching AEW, you kind of just expect a great in-ring work. But that main event was incredible. AR Fox had a breakout performance, even if it wasn't a losing effort to Samoa Joe. MJF, he's just that dude right now, and I don't care what anybody says. He did an incredible promo, and that attack on William Regal is going to sell that even more. How'd you feel about Dynamite tonight, man? I thought it was absolutely incredible.
It was really really great. I especially loved, like you said, the MJF promo. It 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 gave me a sense of, remember how the heels would get that nuclear heat back in the territory days? That's what it
Oh
kind of
yeah,
felt like.
yeah.
Yeah, it kind of gave me that type of feel, plus an Attitude Era style feel. With the, oh, I got a new title, and you made a deal with the devil, and then turning on Regal. That was a really nice touch. And as soon as he brought out the Nux, I kind of felt it. I was like, oh yeah, he's about to blast them, isn't he?
I honestly didn't even expect it. I did not expect him to turn on William Regal, or at least that quickly. I thought it definitely could have possibly happened, but
Mm.
not just yet. I didn't think it was gonna happen almost immediately after
Yeah.
everything that happened. Um, Another thing that I will definitely touch upon is, I mean, we'll get into everything that MJF said in the promo in a second when we get there, because everything that he was saying in the promo, he was saying that like he's going to use the championship as like a bargaining chip kind of thing, and the bidding war and all that stuff, which is going to be just incredible. I'm telling you right now, we're going to get like that MJF Roman Reigns type run with this championship. It's going to be absolutely incredible.
Honestly, I thought he was going to name drop Roman tonight. I really did.
Yeah.
When he started name dropping everyone else, I was like, oh, he's going to name drop Roman. He's going to fucking do it.
I mean, he name dropped Trips. He name dropped good old Saint Nick. I mean, he was dropping everybody. But another thing that I definitely want to touch upon is Hangman Page. He's back.
I fucking loved that.
Yes, he is back in AEW. After everything that happened with his concussion. Obviously, the concussion protocol is fulfilled, and he is ready to come back to television. He got physical. He got physical with Jon tonight, so obviously he is definitely okay in that department. The revenge story for everything that happened, even if it was a freak accident, is going to be just an amazing story to tell. They somehow worked the accidental concussion from that match a few weeks back into the story itself and made it a revenge type angle for Hangman. That is going to be incredible in itself. I absolutely love the way that they did that.
Yeah, I also love that Hangman basically beat Mox's ass.
Yeah.
Like, that shit is wild to me.
I felt bad for Moxley though when he did kind of trip off the stage onto the pyro grate. I felt like
that shit was so funny to me. I laughed and I was like, damn, I hope he didn't accidentally injure himself.
Like, the tension was so high at that moment, and then all of a sudden you just see Jon Moxley fall off the stage onto the grate. I'm like, oh no, man, that just has to. I know when both of them got back there, either they were just laughing their asses off because it was just kind of funny in the moment, or Moxley was just absolutely pissed at himself because obviously he wanted the tension to be as high as it was, and then him just slipping kind of just, like, oh my gosh. But either way, I thought the entire segment was great. I thought everything about it was really good. And the intensity up until that point was absolutely incredible into thinking that, like, oh yeah, we're going to get this match again, and it's going to be on a lot more of a higher profile type of stage, and it's going to be great.
Yeah. And honestly, when they do it, I hope it's not a one-off. Like, I kind of want to see them have a little trilogy, honestly.
I'd like to see a trilogy, yeah. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. The first time, the match that actually led to the concussion of Hangman, did that match ever actually conclude?
No, it was a stoppage. Since Hangman went down, yeah, they just stopped the match.
It was a stoppage, but
yeah,
by the stoppage, it was Moxley that got the win.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, which would make sense. But okay, so yeah, so that was a stoppage. I wouldn't technically count that a part of the trilogy. I would legitimately like to see like 3 full-fledged matches with these guys and see where it can go and possibly blow it off at Revolution. I think that would be in March, so maybe we can try to do that, but I don't know if we can get that far. I mean, we're in November right now, about to turn into December. Would you like to see a 3-month feud with these guys? I mean, there's really only 4 pay-per-views on the year.
Yeah, I can see it.
I mean, Jungle Boy and Christian have been going at it for almost years at this point, it feels like. So maybe it could stretch to the 3 months, but I don't know. It could happen. We'll just have to wait and see. The main event tonight for the Trios Championship Best of 7. I'm never going to be able to rank these 7 matches because these 7 matches are just going to be one after another, and just incredible stuff from here on out.
Mm-hmm.
But we got it to 2-1. I knew we were not going to be getting a sweep. I just knew it. It was just not going to be possible. We're going to go to 7. The fact that the Elite won tonight, I really did enjoy. But this match out of the 3 so far, I was really into it, mainly because of the fact that after everything that the first 2 matches came to be, with Death Triangle, squealing their way to get the win, this one right here, this one was something to remember, and we finally got it to 2-1.
Yeah. And also, first things first, their entrances, they're just so damn cool. Like,
I love it.
I'll never get over that. And then I love how they just immediately said, you know what, fuck it. And immediately went after Death Triangle during their entrance. But my favorite part of the beginning brawl was how Nick and Matt had Pac set up, ready to take the V trigger, and how he counters it into the super kick, and Kenny just flops like he just got like obliterated.
Yeah.
Like as soon as he hit it, he said, "Gone." Now I love every second.
I love the way, but basically almost every single person in that match sells super kicks, because they, even though it's kind of like just a transitional move now because of basically almost every single one of them. The fact of the matter is, at least they make it and they sell it like it's fucking devastating. At least they sell it like it's devastating, and not just, just like, oh yeah, I'm just going to be getting up like 2 seconds after.
Yeah.
At least they make it somewhat, logistic. Bryan Danielson and Dax Harwood, I thought they absolutely killed it tonight as well. Those two easily are going to be considered in the conversation for wrestlers of the year. I mean, especially Dax, because Dax, I don't care what you say. I don't care if you think of him as just a tag team guy or whatever. Him as a solos guy is perfectly fine with me. I love it. He is just that damn good, regardless of himself. I love it.
Yeah. I like that we got a 30-plus a minute banger from them, and they were really fucking going at it, and I loved every second of that. Yeah. Especially how Dax at points would be like, "Nah, I'm not one of them little bitches you face. So if you want to put me down, you're gonna have to fucking work for it." And I liked at the end how he made it seem like he's gonna turn heel and like walk away, and then said, "Nah, I was playing," and embrace Bryan.
I was like, wait a second, what the hell are we doing? Some kind of heel turn? I'm like, nah, we're good.
The whole time I was like, you better not do it. Do not turn him heel. Fucking like, don't you fucking do it.
I was like, yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
but yeah, man, I honestly just thought the entire flow of the show tonight was great. And when these shows flow by like this, and when the 2 hours just fly by, it just really means that you're showing some great television. And you're just going into next week with a plan, and you just know what the hell you're doing. I thought almost basically ever since Full Gear kind of, just let itself in the rear view mirror, we've been getting some great shows. So
yeah, for sure.
I say keep it up.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, we're going to be talking about everything that happened tonight on Dynamite tonight. If you guys enjoyed what you heard so far, hit that like button. I want to appreciate and thank TJ for coming on in here on such short notice. This is going to be absolutely fun talking with him about it all. Yeah, we're going to be talking about Dynamite tonight, and before we get into anything else, I do want to mention that we will be going live again on Friday for you guys' enjoyment when it comes to the Friday Night SmackDown post show. We did get some stuff for AEW Rampage. But to be completely fair, I'm not really going to be into Rampage this week. I'm just going to be doing Friday Night SmackDown, and we'll see where things go from there. I don't even know what's happening on Friday Night SmackDown, to be fair with you. There hasn't really been anything announced, so we'll just see where
the World Cup final. I know that's happening.
The World Cup. Yeah. That's right. So we do get that as well, and we'll just see where things go from there. I mean, if if I go on WWE Shop, not WWE Shop, if I go on WWE.com tomorrow and I only see that as their preview of the show, I'm not going to be really looking forward to SmackDown on Friday, mainly because the fact of the matter is that the last few times I went on WWE.com for their Raw previews, they've only had one picture for their entire preview. And let's be fair, the past few Raws have been sleep inducing. So I really want SmackDown to at least do something better. Um, we'll see where things go. But I will have to say, even though there was no Monday Night Raw post show, and again, I'm sorry for that. Even though there was no Monday Night Raw post show on Monday, I thought Monday's show was actually really good, and they finally got back into the swing of things over there. So we'll see. Friday Night SmackDown, though, you will see that on Friday for you guys' enjoyment. But follow us on social media. All the TikTok links are down in the description below for the people that are associated with OTB. I will be putting TJ's in the description once this is finally all published so that you guys can go follow him. You guys can follow me on Twitter at @PhillyMatt_. I was live tweeting throughout the entire show. You guys are absolutely incredible. So go follow me over there. Follow me on Instagram. I just did a new post about MJF and the AEW World Championship that was revealed. So go check that out. So just go hit that like button there. Follow all of us on TikTok, do all the things. Bonfire.com, the exclusive home of OTB and its merchandise. We will be moving stores. It takes a while to get all those designs over to a new site. So once that actually does happen, I will be updating everything and updating you guys to where you guys can actually be able to get the merch at the new site that we are going to be going to. We're most likely going to be moving over to Teespring. So just be on the word to that. And yeah, man, let's get right into the AEW Dynamite post show on OTB. We started off with Wild Thing. Of course, Wild Thing, right? We got Jon Moxley in the building. We got Jon Moxley in the house. And he makes his way through the crowd, per usual. He makes his way to the ring. He stops to take a sip of his water, and then he throws it in the crowd. As always, he just chucks everything. And then he gets on the mic, and the crowd chants, "Moxley, Moxley." I grew up here, about 90 miles from here. I used to wrestle here all the time. This has been a crazy ass ride. You never know what's around the corner. There are 3 certainties: death, taxes, and Jon Moxley. There is nobody that can outwork me, out-wrestle me, out-bleed me, or out-swing me. Today, nothing's changed since day 1 in AEW. I am the top of the food chain. I do and say what I want here. This ring belongs to me, and you bet your ass there is no man in this building or 100 miles that has the balls to look me in the eyes and tell me different. Hangman Adam Page's music then hits. And the crowd erupts. The crowd absolutely erupted, and I was elated. I was very shocked. I was like, let's go, Hangman Adam Page is back. Did I expect him to come out here? I did not, so I was very happy about it.
Yeah, I honestly, when his music hit, I forgot whose live stream I was watching it on, but as soon as it hit, I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh, business is about to pick up. And when he got in the ring and just smacked fire out of Moxley, I was like, oh, right. We're about to have a fight on our hands.
Oh, yeah. So, Hangman's music hits. The Cowboy is back. He struts down to the ring, and they say that he hasn't, or what they say, they hasn't really been cleared yet, but or at least if he was cleared, it was very, very recently. He goes nose to nose immediately with Moxley. And Moxley says in the quote, "You sure you want to do this after last time?" I'm sorry, do you even remember what happened the last time we even encountered? And then everybody is just going to blows. We're swinging, and they brawl around ringside as security and referees try to break them up. Moxley then breaks through and leaps at Hangman as they're, just fighting back and forth as security is eventually trying to drag them away. Moxley then talks some trash to Paige, and Paige comes back and starts swinging once again. This brawl is just not stopping anytime soon. There had to have been at least like 10 to 12 people just trying to, spread these guys apart, and it just was not working. It just was not working. Mox taunts at him on the apron. Mox breaks free of the grips of everybody, of the security, and he does fall on the stage, but he does get right back up, and he's still trying to brawl after everything. And they finally just go through the tunnels, and that's just it. But trust me, we're not done just yet. We're not. It happened later on in the show as well. But yeah, I thought the intensity was just absolutely perfect in all of this. The revenge story for Hangman Adam Page onto Jon Moxley, it's going to be perfectly well told.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said earlier, I love the fact that it started off like Hangman was basically beating Moxley's ass. Cause I know that caught a lot of people off guard. Like, whoa, wait a minute. This isn't usually how these type of things go. I'm a little surprised. But it feels like we're getting a new version of Hangman. Like still cowboy shit, but like just a little edgier version.
I like a more serious Hangman Adam Page anyway, so I think this is going to be really a good fit for him. So I like it. I really do. I thought they were going to be saving this for later on in the show, but nah, man, just say fuck it. We're going to kick off with one of the best matches in AEW when it comes to 2022. Bryan Danielson and Dax Harwood. We're just going to kick things off with it. This was incredible. I like Bryan Danielson's obviously one of the best professional wrestlers in the entire world today, but Dax Harwood, whether you think of him as just a tag team guy or you really have just seen his singles work, he's just good, man. He's just good. You have to get the work rate that both of these guys have is just incredible. I love it. And they don't stop.
Yeah, I watching that whole match, I never once thought, oh, could be better. No, I was entranced the whole time. It felt like two old school territorial wrestlers going at it. Like it felt like the stuff they would pay money for to see back in the 80s, Ronnie Garvin versus Dusty Rhodes or something like that. That's what it felt like I was watching. They kept us involved the whole time, and the physicality was on a whole another level.
They just love pro wrestling. That's what it is. It's pro wrestling at its finest. You get the great technical wrestler in Bryan Danielson. You get a great old school type of pro wrestler in Dax Harwood. You put them together, and it's going to be absolutely magical.
Yep.
And people say this all the time, especially in pro wrestling. Different types of styles make different types of matchups that much more intriguing, that much more special. When I have a great technical talent, a great technician, and a great old school type of feel, you put them together,
and you're making magic.
Like it's just, I love everything about it. even if I read things back to you guys, it's probably not even going to be able to do it justice. But um, we this was just incredible. So, uh, they close on each other, and both men are, just worn down at this point, and they basically go down to their knees. But Dax, basically, clocks Bryan, but Bryan jumps right back up and hits a huge lariat as well. Both men collapse as the crowd is just going absolutely nuts at this point. Dax catches Bryan's kick, and Danielson uh, reverses a slingshot powerbomb into a rope for a 2 count. He then hits a kick to the head, and Dax then kicks out at the count of 2. Bryan then hits the yes kicks on Dax, and Bryan flips out of a German suplex. Dax then catches a flying knee and hits a slingshot bomb for a 1, 2, and a kickout. Dax then immediately goes in for a sharpshooter, and then Bryan alleviates the pressure, and he grabs the ropes. Dax then tries to put on the sharpshooter again, but Bryan and Dax exchange a series of inside cradles. I thought these inside cradles were never going to stop. I absolutely
Yeah,
love that spot.
thought it was gonna go on forever, honestly.
And here's the thing, I would not have minded. I wouldn't have minded. They can't even make inside cradles look like incredible stuff. So I was perfectly fine with it. After the final inside cradle, it transitioned into a label lock. Dax is struggling to get to the ropes, but then once everything is all said and done, he finally then chooses to actually does tap out. He has no choice to, and Bryan actually wins. When I say actually wins, it doesn't actually mean like in that type of a sense. I really just thought of when I looked at this match on paper, when I looked at this match as a whole, Bryan needed the win. And at some point, Bryan just needs wins. And I know like Bryan doesn't usually get to wrestle all that much on AEW television, but when he does, he should be able to get the wins. If Dax was the AEW Tag Team Champion at the time, which I mean he's like 5 other Tag Team Champions, so I mean it's not like he's really losing anything here in the sense of it all. But Dax could take a loss at this point right now. I think Bryan just really needed to win a lot more.
Especially after losing at Full Gear. Yeah, he definitely needs to win.
Yeah. So I was perfectly fine with Bryan taking the win here. Post-match, Bryan was celebrating and tells the audience to give some props to Dax after a hard-fought match. He extends the hands as a sign of respect. Dax fakes leaving and then gives Bryan a handshake and a hug. Bryan then celebrates as we go to Tony in the back with Ricky Starks. So, yeah, that whole fake out thing was kind of, a little bit fishy, but it worked out in the end. It's all fine and dandy, and we're good to go.
Yeah.
So yeah, Tony Schiavone was in the back with Ricky Starks. Good old Ricky Starks.
The revolution is televised.
Shout out to Johnny, by the way. I know he absolutely loves Ricky Starks. I mean, who doesn't like Ricky Starks at this point? I mean, come on now. But yeah, Revolution is televised, and it looks like he is going to be participating in that Dynamite Diamond Battle Royal. So he said, and I quote, "I would like to announce that I am entering the Dynamite Diamond Battle Royale and making the judgment call, which is that I'm going to win because I am coming for everything, Max. I am coming for your championship, your ring, and your spot. I am absolute for a reason, and that winter is coming. I will prove it." End quote. I love the cadence that this guy has. Like, I mean, it's a very simple type of promo. But when it comes to Ricky Starks and the way that he just speaks and he just, enunciates things and just puts the focus on the camera towards him, he's just great at what he does. He's a great promo.
Yeah, he's one of those people who you can give him, like, tell him, go out there, do your thing, and you know it's going to be a banger promo. He's like MJF. That's why these two paired together, their promo battles, this shit is going to be wild. And that's
I
also
definitely want
why
to
I
see
think,
them in the ring, or at least some kind of
yeah,
backstage confrontation next week. I have to at least see that.
oh, yeah, that would be good to see. Um,
Because we get this match in 2 weeks. So
yeah,
something has to happen to where they kind of meet up somewhere.
and obviously, I'm pretty sure the Winter is Coming match isn't going to be their only match because
Yeah.
I'm assuming Ricky's going to win the Battle Royal, and when he does, he's going to lose the title to Max, but then he's going to beat Max for the ring. Is what I think.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
MJF's really been the only champion, or at least the only champion with that ring. So,
Mm-hmm.
he's really only been the one to hold it. That's what I really mean here. So the fact that we could possibly be seeing a new Dynamite Diamond ring holder, that could be interesting. I mean, I think I honestly, and here's the thing too, I think MJF's kind of past the ring at this point.
Yeah.
I mean,
sure.
yes, he definitely uses it as part of his character, and obviously that's why it's kind of worked for him for so long. But now he has the brass knuckles, so I think that's really gonna be his thing from now on, and he really doesn't need the ring anymore. You can, that ring has already elevated him. It's trying to elevate somebody else now.
Yeah. And so, what exactly comes with the ring? Like, now that I think about it,
I want to look that up too, mainly because at first it was kind of just like a prestige type of thing, but now with the way that they kind of worded it, with them possibly getting like a shot at the world title, I don't know. Let me take a look at something. AEW Dynamite Diamond Ring. There's a Twitter for it. Oh, they made a Twitter for MJF's Dynamite Diamond Ring. That is incredible. Okay. Anything I do when it comes to AEW Dynamite Diamond Ring, it just goes to MJF. Alright, so here it is. The AEW Dynamite doesn't battle. The Dynamite doesn't battle royale. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, so I mean, what it's really saying here is, I mean, it's really just going through what has happened for the first initial win of the Diamond Ring. Obviously, it was MJF and Dante Martin for the crowning of the first Dynamite Diamond Ring holder. The two faced off in the second annual Winter is Coming on that episode of Dynamite for the third year. The ring design was updated to a net worth of $150,000, and MJF defeated Martin by submission to win the Dynamite Diamond Ring for the third time. Now, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's kind of just like a prestige type of thing. It's not like winning it is going to be like gaining you like an opportunity of some kind, or at least that's what it was. I mean, I don't know if it actually is now going to be worth something like a championship match or something like that, but it was kind of just a prestige type of thing.
Yeah, I guess so.
So, either way, I think it's going to be really cool. I think, like I said earlier, I think MJF's kind of, just above that at this point now. We can elevate somebody else with that ring if it is just a prestige type of a thing.
Yeah. So
It's time to
hopefully,
elevate some more people. So, yeah, I'm intrigued though. I'm intrigued to see what what we got in store there. We have the 12 participants, I think, already announced. Let me um I'm in ring. 07. Okay. Okay, so I think it is actually all set. So, it's not the participants actually have not been announced yet, but in the poster that that it basically was shown tonight on Dynamite, we have Jungle Boy, Dalton Castle, Ethan Page, Ricky Starks, Brian Cage, Lee Johnson, and Matt Hardy. Now, obviously, that these names can obviously change, but we really don't have the full 12 announced yet, so we'll see where things go from there. Obviously, Ethan Page and Ricky Starks are in there because they actually announced them tonight for the Battle Royale. But we'll see where things go. At the end of the day, though, when they're really trying to push Ricky Starks as hard as they are, it's kind of hard not to see Ricky Starks win that thing. So, maybe he does win it all. We then see Adam Page and Moxley fighting in the backstage area. So, like I said, we weren't done yet. They're just fighting. They're fighting backstage as they beat security off them, and Page drives Moxley into the garage door, and security unwraps to run in to break it up again. And no matter what they try to do, they just continue to brawl. They're throwing both men out of the building, as we are going to be going to a sit-down interview with Renee Paquette with JAS and the Blackpool Combat Club.
oh, this was hilarious.
This is cool. This is really cool. So it's 2.0 Garcia and Hager with Claudio and Weird Yuta. Daddy Magic says, and that's not me, that's what this article says. You can be anything as a sports entertainer. Renee Young, not Young, sorry, Paquette, she just yells over everybody. She's like, shut up. I was like, well, I'm trying to talk. She's really trying to assert herself here, but sometimes when you're going up against the JAS, it ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
And Claudio, she asked what it would mean to get that championship back, the Ring of Honor championship. He says that is his first world championship, and I have to prove that I can win the big one once again. Hager loves his hat, and they agree. Claudio then screams that he is sick of everything and walks off. JS and mocks the BCC is, just falling apart at the seams. And they challenge the BCC to a match on, I believe, on Dynamite next week. Garcia accepts on the behalf of the BCC, and at Final Battle, he challenged Garcia to a pure championship match, and we're going to be getting it at Final Battle. Daniel Garcia versus Weird Yuta for the Ring of Honor Pure Championship. Should be cool.
Now the question is, are they going to put both titles on BCC, or is it only going to be one of them taking the title?
Well, I don't see Claudio losing because if he does, he has to join
Mm-hmm.
the Jericho Appreciation Society, and I just don't see that happening.
Yeah.
I think Daniel Garcia retains. I do. I don't see Wheeler really getting the championship just yet, or again, because he already was.
Heartbreaking. Very heartbreaking.
I'm sorry, man, but that's just how I see it. I mean, would I like to see him wear Yuta as champion again? Sure, but there's no way Claudio's joining the Jericho Appreciation Society, and I think one championship stays in that stable. But I do kind of like Jericho as the Ring of Honor champion as much as people actually really don't like it. I like Jericho as champion right now. I do. At least gives him something to do. Plus, we're actually not getting that bad of matches with him as champion.
That is also true.
As much as people really don't like him as champion right now, are we really not getting that good of matches? We are. It's going to be weird seeing Jericho in a main event of a Ring of Honor show because Jericho's not really meant, or at least thought of as a Ring of Honor talent. But
Yeah.
I mean, sure. We then had the TNT Championship Open Challenge, even though it was already answered earlier on in the day. Samoa Joe defending the title against AR Fox. AR Fox recently just signed to AEW just this afternoon. So, how did you feel about AR Fox? I mean, we've obviously seen him a couple of times on AEW television, but now he's officially fully in the AEW family. I thought he held pretty well tonight against Joe.
Real quick, Josh, I think it's December 10th.
December 10th, yes, it is.
Yeah. But yeah, he's a great fucking talent. From what I saw, I think this is my first time seeing a full match of his.
Okay.
Because usually I had to see the clips of him and then Top Flight, but yeah, this dude's
from 2
got
weeks
the
ago.
fucking talent. Yeah.
Yeah, from 2 weeks ago. I was there actually. That was such a good match.
Yeah, I was thoroughly impressed. He will be a great addition to the roster, even though the roster's fucking huge at this point.
It's so stacked, man. I mean, it is stacked, but it's so huge. Like, I understand that you want to get these guys signed immediately, but some of them you just really don't need to have it.
So he'll make a great tag team on Dark with the other person that returned tonight. Once they're both on Dark, yeah, they'll make a great team.
Oh, Ruby?
Yeah.
You know what's actually kind of funny? I could actually see them going at it with mixed tag team matches. No, but in all seriousness, though, I really do think that AR Fox is going to be a great talent for this company. Did it really need to happen? I really don't think so. But if it wasn't just about this roster and how big this roster is, I could see him as a potential TNT champion. I could. But not now. I mean, there's so many people on this goddamn roster. He could be great. And I'm not saying that he's going to be... I feel like he would just get lost. And he would just end up on Dark. But I do like him. I really do. I've been following the guy for a long time. I don't know. I appreciate the fact that he was signed tonight. He's actually getting a job now somewhere.
But we know what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
he's gonna be on Dark.
Yeah. But the thing that really did shock me tonight, though, is that he was actually from Ansonia, Connecticut. I didn't know he was from Connecticut, so I'm like, that's my boy. Ansonia is a very small town, so it's not really well known. But yeah, Connecticut, represent on Dynamite, yay! No, I don't know. I really do wish the best for him. No, I really do. It's just I think we kind of know where things are gonna go.
Yeah.
I wish the best. It's just it doesn't look good. But this match was really good, though. I really do say that. Like the match was really cool to see Samoa Joe just Samoa Joeing people just walking away from the high spots. I love it when he does that. It just reminds me of his TNA days when he's just just walking away from like a Christopher Daniels like springboard moonsault or something like that.
Yeah.
It just reminds me of just shit like that. I love it. The suicide dive out of the ring but landing on his feet, that was just a really cool spot in itself. He really impressed tonight against Joe. This was really a showcase match for him, though. Obviously, Joe was retaining.
Yeah.
But this was really a showcase for Fox.
Yeah.
And
that was
you
have this much time, go out there, show what you can do.
And to continue to feud, obviously, with Wardlow.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I knew we were going to get a rematch after everything that kind of happened at Full Gear. But, am I mad at that? No, but it's just another rematch. I just want the TNT Championship to be booked properly, man. Why is it not? Like, why? I want like an actual feud with this championship, and maybe this could be the start of that. But I don't know. I don't know. When we head back from commercial break, and Joe with the sidewalk slam for a 2 count, and Joe Thompson and tries for a muscle buster, but Fox fights off of it. Fox then comes off the top rope with a tornado DDT. Joe is rocked, and Fox hits a bunch of kicks in a short cutter. Then heads up to the top rope for a beautiful 450 splash. I thought this was incredible. That 450 was a thing of beauty. 1, 2, and a kick out. Joe then he kicks out, like I said, and Fox fires up and goes to the top rope once again. Joe then walks away to avoid a flip and then pounces on Fox, and Fox just contorts himself in ways into the ropes that I thought he was legitimately going to hurt himself. that pounce into the ropes, that definitely reminded me of a Keith Lee type of a pounce, but I absolutely loved it. I thought it was cool. And whenever Keith Lee pounces, it's incredible to see. Joe then sends him up to the top and does a muscle buster for the win. We don't get to see muscle busters quite that often, but when they do, they are devastating, and you know the match is over. 1, 2, 3, that's it. We don't get to see him all that often, mainly because of the situation that happened with him and Tyson, but obviously after everything that happened there, the move was banned from WWE shortly after until Joe just could not really wrestle anymore for the company. But, yeah, muscle buster for the win. Joe retains the title. Post-match, Joe then grabs the mic and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to welcome the new to a new and glorious era." I don't know why he said glorious, but I mean, it just reminded me of Bobby Roode, and I just want him to come back to television. For I am the true king of television. I don't know what this whole king of television gimmick thing is going to be about for Joe, but you know what? It's something. Wardlow then says, "I hope you enjoy playing the role because I am coming for what is mine. It's not your world, it's Wardlow's world." And the crowd chant Wardlow as Joe looks pretty pissed off. He's kind of mad.
Yeah, he definitely wants to rip everyone's head off.
he's mad. So yeah, Wardlow Joe again for the title. We'll see where things go from there. Joe is on the poster for Ring of Honor Final Battle, so we're gonna have to find some person to face for the TV Championship at Final Battle. There's really no point of having Joe on the poster for Final Battle and having him not defend the title on December 10th. So something will happen within the course of the weeks there to get a chance for him on that Saturday, but we'll see where things go. I wouldn't even know who would face him though for that TV title.
No.
And to be fair, he would just retain anyway. I don't see anybody really beating him.
I literally can't think of anyone.
I can't think of anybody. He hasn't really gotten anywhere else on AEW television to even make me think of somebody. It's just been Wardlow. And Wardlow's not going to be facing him there.
Yeah.
At least I don't think.
Yeah.
I
feel like Wardlow's definitely challenging at Winter is Coming instead of the Final Battle.
Yeah. I don't know. They're obviously going to stack that Winter is Coming card, though. I mean, we already got an AEW World Championship match. We got the Trios Championship match number 4. Having a TNT Championship match in there, wouldn't that be surprising? I would be shocked if we did not get a Jade Cargill match on there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We'll see. We then have a video package showcasing Powerhouse Hobbs as he's walking through Oakland. I mean, I'm guessing it's just Oakland, California, maybe.
Compton.
Oh, Compton. And things are just happening, and there's just an overlay, a voiceover saying that I'm taking what belongs to me, and he just walks into a building and it just ends. They're very, I think they're really trying to go all in on Powerhouse. I really do like Powerhouse. I think Powerhouse is a great talent. I like this whole Book of Hobbs type of story that they have going on with him. I just want to see him on television more.
Because you don't put him on television. I mean, how are we supposed to root for him if we don't see him?
I want to ask you,
mm-hmm.
Does the Book of Hobbs remind you of a certain storyline that happened in past years in WWE? And don't actually look at the context of like the Book of Hobbs. Just think of like past WWE storylines.
I mean, the title makes me think of the List of Jericho.
Okay. That's something. I was thinking of the House of Pain.
Mark Henry, yeah.
Mark Henry's. Was it House of Pain? Yeah.
Hall of Pain.
Hall of Pain. I was thinking more towards that, mainly because, the Book of Hobbs and, just like everything like that. I was thinking Hall of Pain. I know Mark Henry is really more of a backstage guy. But if Mark Henry just randomly showed up on AEW Dynamite with Powerhouse as like a manager type of deal, I would absolutely love it.
Oh yeah.
Mainly because the two are so similar in ways that you could just legitimately tell, and everything about the whole story with the whole Hall of Pain, Book of Hobbs, it just reads some similarities towards one another, so I would like to see it. It probably won't happen, but I would love it if Mark Henry just showed up one day with Powerhouse.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
See, I had these things in my head, Tony. I know I'm your son and everything, but get me into the writing rooms. I can help you out with that. I can get you there. I got some ideas, man. Just let me in. We then had the MJF segment. This segment was just incredible. There's no other words to describe it. It was just that damn good.
Yeah. Honestly, I could have sat through 2 hours of that.
Yeah. Regal came out there, and he basically all he said was, "Ladies and gentlemen, your new AEW World Champion, Maxwell Jacob Friedman." They come out. He's doing the whole, adulation of the crowd and everything like that. People are cheering him. Anybody that's actually trying to have like some kind of interaction with MJF, he either just flips him off or just just shooes him away. Great stuff by MJF there, obviously. His music hits and the world champion comes down. He hugs Regal and he says, "I know you people are bright, but when the best wrestler is holding the mic, you keep your hillbilly mouths shut." They're in Indiana, so there's that.
Oh, I know we wasn't happy about that one.
Yeah. Shout out to Weezy. We love Flex over here. So, I will tell you how, as MJF stops and the crowd chants, "Shut the fuck up." Regal then sent an email to MJF, and it read, "Maxwell, I watched on as the firm attacked you. It's clear you're weak, but I see potential for you to be the greatest villain of all time. Of our time, I should say. You have much to learn, and I will teach you. But this time, instead of grabbing the Dynamite Diamond Ring, grab the brass one. Sincerely, Lord Regal." We met many times behind closed doors, and I have to say, this man is a genius. I was apt to listen when he said to use the Nux because he wanted me to leave Moxley with a lesson so he would never forget the day that he was outsmarted by MJF. He talks about the firm and says, I kind of respect the firm. They saw weakness and attacked. I would have done the exact same thing. Even if I did harbor resentment, am I the kind of guy that would be the kind of person to chase? That would take effort, and effort is for poor people, and I'm above that. Effort is for poor people, apparently. Sure. Why not? And I am above this belt. When I became champion, I made a promise to make a change. Out with the old and in with the new. When I see this championship, I want to gag because it desperately needs an upgrade. It's tacky, classless, and reminds me of the other men that have held it before me. He mocks them, but says none of them are on his level. He takes the title off and chucks it away. Regal then removes the tarp and stands is MJF with a Burberry pattern leather belt. And it looks beautiful. I think it fits him absolutely perfectly. It looks it just fits somebody like an MJF. And MJF then calls the new and improved the Triple B, the Burberry, the beautiful Burberry belt or something like that. the most important title in this entire sport because I am holding it. Nobody deserves to be recognized as a world champion except for me. No overhyped trash, fake, tough guys. And calls Ricky a fake star. It says Bryan Danielson is a fake wrestler. In comparison to Danielson, couldn't wrestle his way out of a bag against me. MJF then mocks the crowd again and says that here is a message. As long as I am here, you'll never know what it's like to be on top. I'm champion, and I'm going to be champion for a long time until the bidding war of 2024. And gets the biggest contract in history. I'll be making more in a day than you will in a lifetime. I pray the right con foots the bill and ain't talking Tony. I'm talking good old Saint Nick and Trips. He says that he doesn't even know if anybody will win the bid because he doesn't want to look at the fans, but maybe Hollywood would win instead. He says, thanks for all the support, but your happiness will turn into resentment because you're fickle. You'll complain, you'll bitch. Great guess. Who will turn in every week? You. Triple B will be defended rarely, and I'll wrestle rarely because I'm a special attraction. In order to see me defend, you'll have to go and buy the pay-per-view in hopes to see me lose. But they won't. He compares the reign and says that it'll be bigger than Jarrett, Bruno, and everyone. My reign of terror has just begun. MJF goes and hands Regal the brass knuckles and says, they may boo you, but they respect you. He slugs Regal. He basically just knocks out Regal in the back of the head with the brass knucks. And Regal is knocked out cold.
I'd say slug is an understatement. That ain't it a fucking grand slam off the back.
I basically said knockout afterwards. I'm like, that's definitely not the right word to call it. He fucking knocked himself out.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I do think TJ might be falling asleep.
Yeah,
but...
I took a shower after Dynamite was over, and that hot water hit me, and I'm over here fighting demons. I was trying to make it through this MJF segment so we could talk about it before I took my leave.
Listen, you don't have to stay here, bro. I understand. I 100% get it, man.
Yeah, so thank you for having me, everyone.
Don't worry about it.
If I'm able to, I will tune in, try to join for the SmackDown one tomorrow. I mean, on Friday. If not, you can always see your boy. Are we doing one Saturday, or is that a different one? I think that's the After Dark.
Yeah, no,
just check this weekend. Just check our TikToks this weekend. There's at least one stream a day going on this weekend somewhere.
And then obviously, the whole Ronda Rousey debate is happening on Sunday too. So, I heard Narco is going to be on there too. So,
that's gonna be good.
I think Narco is going to be moderating with Wrestle Spots. So, we'll see where things go over there.
So I will see y'all then.
Yeah. Have a good night, bro.
You too.
Yeah, he was definitely trying to keep his eyes open as much as he could, but he just couldn't. So I respect him for being on in here as much as he was. So MJF stands over Regal, who has had obviously severe neck injuries in the past. He says, "You made a deal with the devil. Let me leave you with the words that you did. The game has changed. MJF hires top talent and world-class athletes. When you're ready, send me your stuff. Yours truly, Maxwell Jacob Friedman." MJF then gets out and walks through the crowd. Danielson then comes out with the doctor and checks him out. They wave down the EMTs for a stretcher. Regal hasn't moved since. I mean, he's either doing a really good sell job or something legitimately happened. um, Danielson is trying to talk to him as commentary is just completely stunned. Bryan then screams to go faster as Taz is even more shaken about everything. Uh, they put on a neck brace for Regal and they get him on the gurney as they go to commercial. So we're back from commercial as we see a replay of everything that happened. We then see Bryan and obviously Regal, who's on the gurney, go into an ambulance and and we're heading to a hospital nearby. Um, Tony Schiavone then calls MJF the black eye of AEW, which is just incredible. Um, we then had basically had a squash match. Ricky Starks squashed Ari Daivari. Um, so I mean, yeah, Daivari tried to sneak attack Starks, but Starks hit a spear immediately and then hit a Rochambeau 1, 2, 3, and that was it. Um, this was basically selling the point of him being in the Dynamite Diamond Battle Royale along with Ethan Page. So we'll see where things go from there. Um, this is just a quick, easy win for Ricky Starks. Um, so yeah. Post match, Tony was backstage with Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter, the AEW Women's Champion. Um, Baker talks about their tag team win and the Steelers. Uh, they talk about Soraya's sit down, and Hayter offers Tony to have one with her as they set that up for next week. We then had a singles match between Anna Jay and Will Nightingale. Pretty good match. I mean, it's something. Um, we're back from commercial. Willow and Anna are firing elbow shots back and forth. Willow gets the advantage. Um, a Yakuza kick by Willow, followed by a spinebuster for a kick out at the count of 2. Anna is able to kick out. Willow then sets up the DVD, but Anna blocks it and hits a gory bomb onto Willow for a 2 count. Willow then breaks out of the sleeper. Willow with a gut wrench to Ty, but Ty distracts her. Actually, my bad. Anna then rolls through for a 2 count. Uh, Will then hits a discus lariat as Anna then hits a gut wrench again. A Dr. Bomb by Willow. 1, 2, 3, and that is it. Willow Nightingale picks up the win. Willow celebrates her win as Ty checks on Anna in the ring. Willow high fives the fans as Ruby Soho music hits. Ruby officially returns to AEW. She appears in the ring and Ty turns around. Ruby then takes Ty down with mounted punches, takes Anna down too. Ruby then chases Ty around the ring, up the ramp, and hits a nasty headbutt. She then hits Destination Unknown on the ramp. Taz sings along to her theme song as she walks up the ramp and successful return for Ruby Solo. I love Ruby. But most of her matches have been on dark as of late, and I just don't want her to suffer the same fate. I really don't. I love Ruby. Um, so I mean, we'll see where things go from there. I love Ruby. I just don't want the same fate to happen. We then had the Jade Cargill TBS Championship celebration. I could literally give two shits about this. I'm celebrating that the fact that the championship celebration was over because that was not a championship celebration. This was easily the worst part of the entire show. And Jade Cargill's been getting the worst part of the entire show, basically almost the entire time as of late. I like Jade. I do. But the fact of the matter is, Jade Cargill, she's just not good television right now. And she hasn't been for the past couple of weeks. What was this championship celebration for? This was not a championship celebration. By any means. And the fact of the matter is, this was really only put out there on television for this whole Bow Wow shit. I'm not into this Bow Wow situation that she has. Get this off my television. So, I mean, Jade and the baddies made their way to the ring with a microphone. Jade is just, um, is some kind of white outfit with dollar bills on it. Um, Jade says, and I quote, "We all know why you're here. For me and my bag and my big ass celebration." Jade says, "I made the baddies, and I'm the one who says that who stays and who goes. I took out the trash last week." She asked the baddies why they hung out with Kiera Hogan, and she mocks them. "Standing next to me is a blessing, and if you two want to step up or step off." I'm the brightest star backstage. Nobody has my body, nobody has my face, nobody has my aura. I put asses in seats. I wrestle for bad bitches. Now, cameraman, do your job and get my baddies. I'm nothing but real. I create careers. She mocks Bow Wow, and it cuts to a video of him on the Tron. Uh, he congratulates her for winning and says that he has a lot of time on his hands and that he's got a lot planned for the future, so watch out. And that was basically it. And I really could, I can't, I really don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about Bow Wow. I didn't even know he fucking existed. Seriously. I really could care less. Either have somebody step up to Jade Cargill for the TBS Championship or just get the fuck off my television. I really don't care about any of it. Oh, and to the people that are probably going to be saying or clip this part and say, "Oh, yeah, well, don't watch." It's my job to watch at this point. It's my job to watch, and I want this show to be better, and I want this show to actually thrive, and I want the TBS Championship to be something of importance. Not this. So, so excuse me for being a fan of this company. Excuse me for being a fan of this championship. I want this championship to mean something. And right now, it's not really meaning all that much. We then had the main event. The best of seven series, match number 3, Death Triangle versus the Elite. I thought this match was absolutely fantastic. I really thought it was. I thought this match was absolutely great. Uh, I'm gonna go from the commercial break here in this match. Um, we're back from commercial break as Pac then gets nailed with a V trigger and then gets turned inside out with a lariat. Uh, Phoenix and Nick both are in now as they exchange reversals, and Nick hits 2 super kicks into a Casadora facebuster for a count of 2. Uh, both Bucks in the ring as they catch Phoenix, but he whips Matt into Nick and they bump heads. They're able to still get the advantage and hit bang for your buck 1, 2, and a kick out. Penta then saves it. Uh, a BTE trigger, loaded a butt pack, and Penta take them out. Kenny then fights off Penta, and Pac avoids a dragon suplex, and Phoenix hits a sick cutter on Kenny. Absolutely incredible spot by these two. Um, assisted Fear Factor by Penta and Phoenix takes out Kenny and Nick. Uh, Penta then takes out Kenny and Pac with a stomp on Nick for a count of 2. Uh, Pac then stares at Nick and heads up to the top as Phoenix is holding Kenny back. Pac then tries to go for the Black Arrow, but Matt gets his knees up in a quick roll up by Matt. 1, 2, 3, and that is it. Kenny was able to stop Phoenix just in time as the Elite win this match and advances the series 2-1. Death Triangle. So they lead. Death Triangle do lead 2-1, but the Elite finally get their first win in the best of 7 series. We are going to 7. So this is going to be an incredible best of 7, and we will see where things go from there. I really do think that this match was absolutely fantastic. This match was deserving of the main event, especially with how, the stacks were really high up in this match, with the possibility of Death Triangle going up 3-0, but that was not going to happen. The Elite were going and supposed to win this match, and I absolutely love it. So, yeah, this was great. Post match, we see highlights of the match, and we were leading into the next match, heading in 2 weeks at Winter is Coming, match number 4. Um, the Elite celebrate with their group. Kenny actually has a microphone and says, "We're bringing this back. Without further ado, I wish you good night and good luck." Uh, uh, and he does the whole bang thing, this whole gimmick. Uh, love you now. Play that song again. The Elite's music hits, and they celebrate arms raised as the show goes off the air. Very good episode of AEW Dynamite tonight. I thought this Dynamite was absolutely incredible from top to bottom. Uh, we got just some great storyline progression, a great main event, and we'll see where things go heading into next week as we got the Dynamite Diamond Battle Royale and much more as we just, we just continue on the grind, man. We continue on the grind for AEW Dynamite. And yeah, great show. And that's all we have for you guys tonight for this episode of OTB, the AEW Dynamite post show on Outside the Brand. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me right here tonight on OTB. We'll be live again on Friday for you guys for the Friday Night SmackDown post show. And with that being said, I bid you a good night. I bid you a farewell. Yeah. Have a good rest of the night, guys. Stay safe. God bless. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bang!